Good morning, fam. This is your boy Caseyfield, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. On my way to start doing some ride share, but before we do that, let's talk about Smackdown. Let's talk about Rampage, the go-home show for CrownJewel for the Smackdown side of things. Smackdown was carried by the promos. Smackdown was heavily carried by the promos. I didn't really care about any of the wrestling except for the main event. The main event between Bianca and Bayley. I mean, listen, yeah, it's a rematch, but let me tell you something. When those two get together, they're gonna boot, they're gonna do work. They are going to do it. And I like the way how the ending was. I like the way after Bianca won because General Manager Nick Aldis basically told Damage Control, talk about EO and Dakota Kai that they was banned from ringside because they didn't want to get, interfere, which in other words was screw over Bianca. Bianca and Bayley, they tore the house down. Main event was fantastic. Bianca, after the match, did the KOD, threw it to the doggone table, basically sending EO a message, said, look, this is what happened when you fools don't interfere, but guess what? I'm sending you a direct message, EO. I'm coming for that championship. And I'm like, you know what? Hey, this is what you do. You want your challenger to look strong, and I like that. H finally did something decent for a change concerning Bianca. I give him props on that. The promo, let me tell y'all something. The contract signing and what we got. Just letting this person cross real quick. The contract signing from last week to what we got last night was night and day. The contract signing was trash. But the back and forth between Roman and LA Knight actually got you excited for the matchup. I said, why the heck did we wait to the very end? Like, what was the point of the contract signing? What was the literal point of the freaking contract signing? What was the point? The back and forth that those two were doing, I said, where was this last week? I was like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just cats just don't be caring, and then, oh, let me go ahead and care right quick. Let me go ahead and put everything into this thing. Let me go ahead, because they brought they all, both of them, Roman, Paul Heyman, and LA Knight. I like that a whole lot better than the contract signing. The contract signing was trash. What we got yesterday between Roman and LA Knight, oh my goodness. I said, you know what? They done spooked up my doggone, spooked up. They done ripped up my whole excitement level. I was at a 7%, now I'm at a 20. I'm like, listen, that's all you got to do. You put forth an effort. If you can get me to care, okay, I'm gonna watch. Like I said, I was watching regardless, but they got me excited. Now we already know what's gonna happen. Everybody and their mama knows what's gonna happen. But listen, that's how you sell a match. I said, why the heck didn't we get this from the previous week? Didn't make no sense, man. We got a garbage weigh-in between Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio, and they basically tried to do the same exact thing that happened to Logan Paul when he went against that circus clown, the other circus clown, that boxing match he had, and dude popped him in the head. That's exactly what Rey did. Rey popped him in the head, hit him in the head with the mic. That's basically a dead giveaway. You know Logan Paul is winning that championship. And I got a feeling it's going to be due to LWO turning on Rey. Because the LWO and Rey ain't doing nothing. The LWO is a garbage faction as of right now. They're irrelevant. Yeah, you got Carlito back, but they're irrelevant. They are an irrelevant faction. Rey carrying around the U.S. title for who knows what. I'm like, listen, I can't stand Logan Paul. I think he's one trash, cheesy wrestler. But he's decent in the ring. And I know Rey gonna make him look great. So I'm like, you know what? Hey, the man's winning that championship. I don't listen. I could care less about him. I don't care nothing about Logan Paul, but he's definitely walking out with that championship. That's a gimme. We got once again Brawling Brutes versus Pretty Deadly, but this time it was in that alcoholic beverage with the barrels match, whatever you call it. Man, Brawling Brutes, they suck. As of right now, what remember that term they used to say, it's fight night. No, I say it's job night, because that's all they do is job. It's job night. That's it. It's all they do. And they lose to the Brawling Brutes have never beat Pretty Deadly. And I see H he's very high on Pretty Deadly. I don't care nothing about him. I think they garbage. I think they want to be Young Bucks slash Griff Garrison and formerly known as Brian Pillman Jr. They group, Varsity Blondes. It's Varsity Blondes meets the Young Bucks. That's basically what they are, and I could care less about them. I don't care nothing about them. We got the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley in the back, and Logan Paul runs up on them. I said, oh no, man. And I get it. They're heels. He's healed. That segment just looked cheesy as heck. I said, no, I'm good. And then Bobby said, you see, that's success. That's what I'm trying to get you all. Look, listen, man, if you really want them to be irrelevant, you might as well just have them win the tag team title somewhere down the line and call it a day. If you really want the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley to be irrelevant. So out of nowhere, B-Fab comes out of nowhere. I said, oh boy. So they throwing B-Fab in the group. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, again, like I tell you every day, when you can't book Negroes, you throw them together. That's all cats know how to do. They don't know how to, when you can't book us to save your life, it's like throw them in a faction. That's basically what it is. It's throw every Negro and Negresses in a group because you don't know how to book them. Because you can't book us to save your life. That's what you do. So now we throwing B-Fab in the group. And I know fools gonna say, well, Bianca is right there, but you're gonna throw. Bianca's a babyface right now. She's not a heel. So it wouldn't make sense for her to get in the group right now. It would not make any type of sense. But Montez is her husband. Look, again, like I say, ladies and gentlemen, every time you see a Negro on a television in a wrestling show does not mean you need to throw them together with every other Negro. I don't get that mindset that these fools in the IWC got. That's all they know. Hey, got a black person here, got another black person there. We ain't doing nothing with them, so let's throw them all together because we have absolutely no idea what we're doing. That's basically what it is. I was like, it is what it is. They trying to turn, like I say, they trying to make B-Fab somewhat relevant. It is what it is on that. The women's tag team titles are a joke. They are a complete joke. Piper Niven and Chelsea Green lose to everybody. So they told Shotzi, and first of all, man, the segment they had in the back, Shotzi just sitting up there just looking spaced out. Miss Pinhead looks spaced out. So they told her she need to find herself a mystery tag team partner. Well, guess who her so-called mystery tag team partner was? Yes, you best believe it. Charlotte Flair. The match was a botch fest, just botching all over. I mean, just botching. Listen, man, what are we doing? The women's tag team titles don't mean nothing, ladies and gentlemen. They don't mean anything. It's sad. It's really sad. They had promise back in the day, but they just don't mean anything, and H&M don't care. H&M honestly don't give a crap. They don't. And fools gonna tell me, man, but the women don't. No, they don't mean anything. They don't mean nothing. So, like I said, Bianca was trying to talk. She was trying to talk to, was it Kathy? She was trying to talk to Kathy, and then Damaged Goods came out of nowhere and jumped her. Talk about that's how you do it. So, like I said, Nick Aldis ended up banning the two of them from ringside. We got a talking segment with Fruity Pebbles and Solo, and ladies and gentlemen, Solo got cooked. Solo got cooked. Fruity Pebbles basically said he's a Taz ripoff. He'll want to be Bad Aid, but he a Taz ripoff. I said, dang. I said, that's messed up. That's messed up, man. I said, he talk about you going to tell these fans bye because I'm ending your career in WWE and you getting ready to leave and all of that. It's sad, man. It's real sad. But like I said, Fruity Pebbles ain't playing, man. This is what I'm dealing with, folks. Sorry, I'm just concentrating because, like I said, that dude just threw me off right there. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, Fruity Pebbles that told that boy off. Fruity got it on lock, ladies and gentlemen. Fruity Pebbles got it on lock. Fruity Pebbles got it on lock. I'm telling you right now, he got it on lock. Got it on lock. It's a done deal. He's gonna beat that man. What else we had on the show? I'm trying to remember. Like I said, I'm not looking at the notes, so like I said, forgive me. But the promos carried the show. The promos literally carried, and then like I said, Bianca and Bayley at the end of the show. That was pretty much it. Everything else on the show that happened, I really didn't give a crap about. I didn't really, but the promos carried the show. The promos, they literally carried the show. Kevin Owens went against Austin Theory. I don't care. With Grayson Waller sitting out there. And I heard that there's a possibility we might get a garbage Grayson Waller effect on Crown Jewel. Nobody trying to see that. Nobody's trying to see that bull job. I'm not trying to see it. I know you're not trying to see it. We're not trying to hear from Miz 2 3.0. We're not trying to hear from him. We're just not. I'm over him. I'm done. Like I said, those two, they're a waste of time if you ask me. They are a complete waste of time. But Kevin Owens beat Austin Theory. That was that. Now let's talk about Rampage. So let me tell y'all something. Again, what TK needs to do, he needs to factor in whatever is happening on Rampage must transpire from what happened on Dynamite, because Rampage is pretty much the third hour of Dynamite. So whatever happens on Dynamite, if you want it to happen on Rampage, it must that way. So you want people to watch the product, right? Okay. Why the heck did we get some type of information or compilation? I know the guys the English is not that well. I know Vikingo's English is not that well. I know Commander's English is not that well. And same thing with Pentagon. Why the heck didn't we get some kind of information to let us know that we was going to get a crazy triple threat? And why, first of all, again, TK just throw matches together. A matchmaker. That's not booking. That's just matchmaking. Matchmaking that's not story. That ain't. I wish we would have got some kind of information on, like, okay, you see Penta, you see Alex Abrahantes, and they having a triple threat, and this is a eliminated, because you know they love them eliminated matches. So if you so let's say Vikingo doesn't get pinned, that means that Pentagon Jr. gets a shot at the AAA championship. Something, man. That way cats like, okay, I'm gonna tune in to Rampage. See, I watch it because I cover it. A lot of people don't give a crap about Rampage because it's not watchable. But TK don't care. All TK thinking about is just matchmaking. Matchmaking is not it, ladies and gentlemen. Matchmaking is not it. It's not it. Penta pins Commander, so you protected Vikingo. So like I said, it was a decent match. The fans were going nuts. They were going crazy. Let me see what happened. There was a couple things that happened backstage. Because the other matches we had Sky Blue versus Marina Shafir. Again, I wish we would get some kind of credibility what we doing with Sky. Sky she beat her, and she bit her too. Cause oh, y'all, as much as I don't want it, it's looking like it's about to become a thing. Y'all know Marina Shafir is tight with Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is about to go against Athena at some kind of independent show, and it's actually going to be taking place in California 2 days before Full Gear. I don't want her nowhere near AEW. I just don't, but I got a strange feeling she's coming. And I'm like this. If she can get better on the mic, or if she can get her a mouthpiece that can talk for her, and she get better in the ring, maybe. But as of right now, I don't want that girl nowhere near AEW. I just don't. But I wish we would get some kind of credibility concerning Sky Blue, because Sky Blue is out here putting in the work. She got somewhat of a character, but it's like, what are we doing? I wish TK and them would have had her after she won her match. I wish she would have called out both Willow and Chris, and called out Julie. Called all of them out. And then boom, make a match, set something up for Full Gear. Since you want to tie Rampage together with Dynamite, set something up. That way cats will be like, okay, now we know what's going on. But I got a feeling it's going to be a fatal four-way, but I'm like, I don't know what TK's waiting on. We're literally 2 weeks away. We are literally two 3 weeks away. Literally 2 to 3 weeks away. It is time. Time is out. Like I said, people keep crying about the women's division, and it's understandable. They got a right to cry about it because the TK ain't caring. Just random matches is not it. We got a tag team match. The Guns versus Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. Basically, like I said, this is just for the Guns to get their feet wet because you know who they're going after. They're going after MJF and the Ring of Honor tag team titles. And Juice and Jay White were out there, even with Cardboard. They were all out there acting the fool that they usually do. They got the victory. They won. So we had a couple of backstage segments. So the one backstage segment that's sticking out right now, Cool Ange and Matt Menard are getting into it about DG. But Matt Menard came at Cool Ange because he said, why are you quote unquote trying to quote unquote get with Ruby? Why? And now that's right. So the situation that happened before then, Ruby and Soraya were kind of getting into it. Because she said that I came up short, you came up short. But she said that if I was out there, you would have won. And then obviously Tony is doing her thing. And she said, well, Tony wouldn't be irrelevant if she wasn't with us in the Outcast. So why the heck are we worried about her? I'm like, man, everything could have tied together if Soraya was still the champion, right? As much as I don't think she's that good in the ring anymore, everything would have been making a whole lot more sense with her as champion, because at least cats would be chasing, and then you can get that triple threat. Because obviously, I think we're getting a whole lot of multi-man and multi-women matches. So you would have got Tony versus Chris. Tony versus Ruby versus Soraya for the AEW Women's Championship. Instead, we got Sheeta running around here, running through the entire locker room. But they was getting into it, so Soraya walked off. Ruby was standing there. Then Cool Ange came up, and they got kind of was flirting. Like I said, they doing a little flirting thing, but Ruby is still playing. She playing hard to get right now. Ruby is literally playing hard to get. Cool Ange want to get with her, but Ruby is playing hard to get. That's all I'm going to say. So then that's when Matt Menard came out of nowhere and said, what the heck? He said, we could have won our match on Dynamite against Jericho and Kenny Omega, but here you are clowning and stuff. And he told him, man, what, you worried about some of the most dumbest stuff ever. I'm finna go out here and I'm finna support our main guy, DG, in his main event versus Trent Beretta. Now, it's funny, he said all that, but he didn't pull up. He said all that, but he did not pull up. Main event, Trent Beretta versus DG. Decent match. I didn't know Chucky T is hurt. Chucky Taylor is hurt. I didn't realize that. He got hurt. I was like, dang. Man, Trent Beretta, his true term is truthfully the true definition of enhancement talent, because that's all that man do every time I see him on the show. DG gets the victory, but everything of importance happened afterwards. Oh, I forgot about this segment. This is terrible. You got Jeff Jarrett and the crew talking bull jive, talking about how they finna become Jay Lethal and them talking about he finna become the next Ring of Honor champion. Eddie Kingston finna get it. But they said that they tried to offer Ortiz a spot in the group, but Ortiz turned them down. And they are the greatest faction in AEW history. I said, what a joke. I told you, nobody's trying to see mid-card Memphis piece of crap. Nobody. I'm not trying to see that fool. You're not trying to see that fool. But they talk about they going after Ortiz, and then Ortiz walked up and said, well, it looks like I got some business I got to handle, and I'll take care of them next week. So I'm not really interested in seeing the Jeff Jarrett versus Ortiz feud. That's not what I signed up for. So after DG won his matchup, DG got on the mic and said, well, a lot of people want me to quote unquote be a professional, and then he stopped himself. He said, no, I'm a sports entertainer. You know, he's doing this little crazy dance. But he said, I'm finna get back on top. And he said, I got a lust, I got a fetish for championship, I got a fetish for the spotlight. And I'm going after the top dog. I want MJF in the A. I said, whoa. He called them out. He called out MJF. Ladies and gentlemen, the main event of Dynamite has been set. We getting MJF versus DG for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship on Dynamite. I was like, man, look here. This is crazy. This is nuts. I said, if TK put forth the effort Rampage would actually be worth watching, and you wouldn't even have to create a doggone collision. But TK doesn't care. He only cares about 1% of the show. One. I don't get it, ladies and gentlemen. I honestly don't get it. But again, that's TK. TK is just a matchmaker. If he wanted to book, he could, but he just chooses not to. He chooses not to, and I'm like, hey, that's his problem. You know what I'm saying? But I will be back for Crown Jewel and Collision tonight. I'll talk to y'all cats later. Holla at your boy.